Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Zoom. Welcome to the MCSE session class. Is starting there. I'm your faculty of MCSE, and my name is Ahmed myself. So today we're starting the session MCSE. So any idea what is MCSE stands? MCSE stands Microsoft Certified Solution Expert, right? So MCSE stands here Microsoft Certified Solution Expert, and this course MCSE, this MCSE course is designed on 2012 server operating system, right? And 12. So that's why the Microsoft has given the operating system is 2012. Okay. And before this MCSE, this course name is MCITP, Microsoft Certified IT Professional. And that time we are using the operating system 2008 server operating system, right? Earlier we are using 2008 server operating system, name is MCITP, Microsoft Certified IT Professional. Now the operating system, right? That is 2008 to 2012, and our course name is MCSE, Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. Now, this is a 1-month course here. The first 15 days, we are discussing system administration part. System administration part, we are discussing the basic of networks and types of networks, technology of the network, hardware of the network. And we are going to discuss types of operating systems, and we are going to discuss what are the features, services we have in our operating system, right? And how to make the servers, how to make the clients, how to manage the users, right? We are going to discuss there. And once it is completed, then we are moving to the next part. Next, we are discussing network administration part. Network administration part, we'll discuss what are the services we have in 2012 server operating system. And students, so you can listen clear to me, all of you, please. So next 15 days we are discussing network admin part, and network admin part we are discussing in server operating system what are the services we have and how to install these services, and by the help of this service, how to give the best service to our, right, and how to do the troubleshooting if you have any problem there. Okay, so first 15 days in our session of MCSE we are discussing system admin part. Next 15 days we are discussing network admin part. Now once you complete this system admin and network admin, you can say your MCSE course is done, finished, right? You have a good knowledge in server technology, client technology, services management, right, and troubleshooting the problem of the services, or if your user employee is facing any problem, should this one. Okay, MCSE course is what? System administrator, you can say. So after completing this MCSE course, your designation is what here? System administrator. So if you're preparing your CV, right? If you're joining any company and you're applying for the job, you have to apply for system administrator, Windows system. Now, what is the job of system administrator? We'll discuss this one. But whenever you're joining our IT field, so this is called IT advanced professional course, you can say, right? And in our IT advanced in ITs, right, in our companies, right, in our IT companies, we have 3 types of structure, right? Now, what are the 3 types of jobs we can apply? The first one is called technically, one administrator, you can say, and the level 1 is called administrator, you can say. That's called what? Your desktop admin. You can say desktop administrator. Now, what is the job of the desktop administrator? If you learn basic thing of IT, like hardware and networking course, right? After learning hardware and networking course, you have a good knowledge, right? What is machines, right? What is computers? What are the parts of the computers, right? And if you have any problem anywhere in the hardware or operating system, you're going to troubleshoot. So the desktop administrator job is what? If you're applying for desktop admin, the job of the desktop admin to manage the network computers, right? The computers, your machines are any machine operating system is not working properly, you are going to troubleshoot the problem. You are going to install the operating system, network connectivity, sharing is there or not between the machines, right? Please, you have chase here. Excuse me. So you're going to see all the network, right? You're going to troubleshoot. That is a job of desktop administrator. So desktop administrator is managing the hardware of the machines and operating system and connectivity, you can say, right? Now, after completing our course, MCSE course, you can say level 2 administrator. You can say level 2, and the level 2 administrator is also called system admin, or you can say system administrator, you can say. Now, the job of the system administrator is what? Managing all the servers, network clients, users, user properties, user policy, configuring different types of server services in our network, and giving the access, should access what, how much data, right? Which user should not access, right? You're going to decide this one. And what are the services we have in server operating system? You're going to manage that one. Okay, you are the system administrator. Now, in our IT network field, we have one more job that is called level 3 job, and the level 3 job is called network admin, or you can say network admin. Now, what is the job of network admin here? The job of the network admin is what, and how to become network administrator? First, to become network administrator, you have to learn routing and switching. You have to learn what here? CCNP. You're going to learn how to configure the routers, Cisco routers, by the help of router, how to connect 2 different LANs, right? By the help of switches, how to manage the switches here. By the help of switches, how to connect the machines here, right? So yes. So any chair is there? Can you give this chair there? Please, 1 minute. So the network administrator job is what? Managing the router and switches. Why we require routers? To connect from one LAN to other LAN. After completing your Cisco course, CCNA, CCNP, you can say yourself as a network admin, and the job of the network admin to connect 2 different LANs into different geographical location, right? So whenever you're applying for the jobs, we have 3 types of jobs. One is called level 1 admin, one is called level, one is called level 3. But we are learning 2012. After completing this MCSE course here, right? You can say yourself as a system administrator, and you can say technically, you can say you do administrator, you can say, right? And the job of the level 2 admin is what? Managing the systems, managing the users, right? User accounts, user properties, right? Different types of server services, configuration of servers here. You're going to manage this one. Okay. So just please write down the heading our today, that is MCSE, and it stands Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. But earlier this course is called what here? MCSE. Sorry, MCITP. That is called Microsoft Certified IT Professional. Okay. The second thing is what here? We are the system admin, and we are going to manage entire network we are managing, right? What network content actually? So we are saying we are managing the machines, we are managing the systems here, right? So what is system? So technically, the systems are called computers here. It's called what here? Computer. And today we are starting the MCSE first day class, and is a basic class, is an introduction class. So we'll start with the basic thing here, right? So after joining to any company, you can say yourself as a system, and the system admin is managing the machines. Machines means your servers, your clients, your desktop machines, laptops. You are going to manage them. Thing is what we are starting with the introduction with the computer, and already in our schools, in our colleges, right? Already in our life, we know what is a computer. But today is the first starting with what is a computer. So if anyone is asking to you, said you are the system admin, you are my network administrator, you're managing the computer. And here I'm saying computer. Computer means your desktop PC, your home PC, right? Right? Computer means your thin clients. Computer means your client machines. That is called what here? Computers. So if anyone is asking to you, sir, what is computer? So what we have to give the answer. If anyone is saying to you, already we know, just basic thing. If anyone is asking what is computer, what we have to say. Computer is an electronic device, right? What is the use of computer? It's doing the process. It will take the input by using our devices. It will do the process and it will give output devices. That is our computer. So that's the thing. A computer is an electronic device which takes the input by using input devices and give the output by using our output device. Like input devices, what we have, keyboard, mouse, right? And output devices, this screen, this projector, right? Our monitor screen, that is called what here? Output devices here, right? Basic thing is of the computer. Now I have computer is very important in our life. Today I'm asking this question in the year of 2018. Today is the 15th, right? So I'm asking now, sir, computer is very important in when you went to the interview. The person is asking this, starting with the interview with this one, right? So computer is very important in our life for our business. Sir, no. Sir, mobile is very important in our life now. You will say what? Yes, sir, without mobile, I cannot start my morning. Really or not? Right? When you wake up first, we'll see our mobile. Same thing, if anyone is asking this question, last years back, like in 1991, 92, sir, computer is very important, mobile is important. You would say, sir, what is computer? What is mobile? Without computer, I will start my day, right? I will start my business here. But here, today, right? That is, computer is very important, right? Without computer, we cannot run a small business. Without computer, we cannot run a big business, right? Without computer, we cannot start our life here, right? Computer is very important in our life here. Why? Because you can see here, if you purchase anything for you, like if you go to the supermarket, if you go back 10 years back, if you purchase something, they are doing the calculation. They are taking pen and paper, writing the product name, writing the price, and making the bill, and just give. Go to the supermarket, ask to that person, I have purchased this many things, sir, my bill. So there, what they will do? It will take the pen and paper. No, what the product information is available in their computer, right? Within less than 1 minute, they will make your bill and they will give you the total amount of. So this is quick and very fast. We are storing the data also, right? Now, like this banking also, you can take the example of banking here. If you go to the bank 15 years back or 10, right? If I have account in HDFC bank, I just have to go to HDFC. Only I have to do the transaction. In Hyderabad, HDFC bank is there. Always have to go to the head. I have to do the transaction. So one day to my bank, I'm asking, sir, I want my complete details. I want the last transaction. In banks are maintaining your information, your details, your statements, your transaction in the big books, ledger books are there, right? They are maintaining. But now go to the bank, ask to the bank people, I want my first transaction, last complete details. 1 minute, they will give the answer or not here. Nowadays, banks are maintaining the customer servers in their computers. Less than 1 minute. So this is what here, computer here. And you can see here. And nowadays, right? We are not going outside our home. By sitting on our home, we are making, right? We are purchasing something. We are ordering something. We are selling something. It's possible by the help of our computer. So the experts are saying computer also store the data for future process here. So we can store the data and in future, whenever we want, we can access. Now I'm storing my documents. in my computer. And after 1 year, I want to access. Can we access or not here? Yes. Can we collect? Yes. Like you open the account in bank last 10 years. Now go to now today and ask to the bank people, I want my first transaction information. They will give or not here. Computer. Next is what? The computer works by zeros and ones. Language is what? Binary language. Zeros and ones. Understanding in our language like English, in English, the computer is doing the process by their own language, binary, in the answer. And the next is what? Computer, or like all electronic device, right? Computer is electronic device and work by DC power supply, direct current power supply we require. If I unplug the cable of this server or this machine, no, it will not work, right? So to run the computer, we'll for what here? By the help of power supply, our computer will be work for you, right? So this is one thing. Now, if anyone is in interview, sir, what is the history of the computer? So please shortly explain. If anyone is asking, sir, what is computer history? You can see here, computer word came from compute process. If anyone is asking to you, sir, what is the history of this computer? Who started computer in which year? Charles Babbage, right? That is correct. The computer is what here? Charles Babbage is a father of the computer. Invented the computer in 19th century, right? And the first computer, first generation of the came in the market to use for business purpose in 1937. The first computer. But this generation of, right, is designed by the help of 1,000 vacuum tubes. It's designed by the help of 18,000 vacuum tubes, right? This is the first generation of the computer, right? If I'm saying this computer is designed by the help of 18,000 vacuum tubes here, so now tell me how much this computer will take. If I want to place in my office room, how much space it will? It will take whole this room size or not here, right? Because I'm keeping the one tube, one by one. It's going to take whole room size. And the weight of the computer nearly 30 tons. How much here? 30 tons. Now, assume you're working for this organization in the year of 1937 and coming is giving the task to you. Say, move computer from this department room to that department. Now tell me, and you're the alone person. Can you move? No, it's not possible. It's not. But if you now you are saying, sir, move this server or move this computer from this room to that room. Now, easily in our hand, can we carry this computer? Can we move or not yet? Because there are so many engineers, so many are work on this technology. Your computer is very compact. It's a 2-foot tower type computer, is there, right? Very small. In 2 hands nowadays, we can carry 2 computers. We can move other one department to other department, right? Now, the second generation of the computers came in the market in 1940, and this computer is designed by the help of transistors. And third generation of the computers came in the market 1963, and this computer is designed circuit boards. And the fourth generation came in the market. But remember here, till third generation of the computer, this computer is very big, expensive also, right? And these computers are using only big organizations, right? Big organizations, big companies are using, like defense peoples, big universities, research and development peoples are using. Till now, the computer is not designed for home office purpose, right? But the time is came, there are so many experts are work on this one. And in the year of 1981, the computer is designed and for your office purpose. And this time the computer is compact, is very small size, right? Like we are using tower type. We have one computer also, right? So this is called our computer, laptop nowadays. And this in 19 computer designed for home and office, small PCs are designed. And if anyone is asking to you, right, sir, who is the first organization and the first computer for home purpose and office? If anyone is asking in interview, sir, who is the first organization, which is the first organization who designed the computer for your home purpose and for your office purpose? Yeah, that is correct. IBM is the first organization who's designed. See it, IBM is not only in 81 is designed, IBM also is designed the mainframes. right? But that time IBM is having big servers. But in 1981, the IBM has worked on this technology, is make the compact size computers, and IBM has designed the computer for your home purpose and office. And these computers are very small, and IBM has given the computer name is PC. It's given the computer name is what here? PC. PC stands personal computers here. And okay, the IBM is having operators here to run this device. Device means computer. To run the device, we require software or not here. That software is called operating system. It's called what here? Operating system. So IBM is having operating system for their servers. IBM is having an operating system for the servers. But that time IBM is not having a system for this PC. So that time the Microsoft to this company, and the Microsoft has designed the operating system for IBM PC, and that operating system MS-DOS. It's called what here? MS-DOS. So it means the history is saying IBM is the first organization who's designed the computer for home purpose and for personal PC, and Microsoft is the first organization who designed the operating system for these PCs, and that operating system name is what? MS-DOS here, right? Okay. So please, if you want, you can copy this one. That will continue. And in 1947, computer is designed by the help of transistors, T for trans. And in 1963, computer is designed here in T ports, right? In 1981, the computer for home purpose, and it's called PC, and organization and is to this. Now, second thing is what here is when, sir, assume you are the and your boss is saying, sir, any change? So assume you're working for a organization, and one day your boss asks to you, sir, we are building the new organization, we are establishing a new company, right? So we need some number of devices, we need some number of computers here. So your boss is saying, sir, we'll go to the market, we'll purchase the computers. Machines will purchase, right? So computer, what are the hardware we have to check? We have to check the hardware. So we have to check the component of the hardware, these components in our PC. But normally when you purchase the laptops, we'll not check all these things. But when you're purchasing the servers, when you're purchasing the client machines, we have this hardware here. So what hardware we have to check? We have to check first motherboard, next check processor. Next we have to check storage. In that we have a ROM, RAM stands random stands read-only memory here, and we have to check the storage, this optical storage, whether you require CD and floppy disk. Floppy disk is outdated, no one is using that, right? And the next is what here, the SMPS, the remote power supply, because by the help of SMPS we can give this power supply to our computer. Next we have to check input devices like keyboard. Next we have to check what your output devices. So when you're purchasing, right, when you're purchasing the machines for your organization, for yourself, this, so please write down this one. And in this list, you can see your motherboard important here because all this components on motherboard here. Hard disk, your secondary storage also is very important because whenever you are installing operating system, when storing the data, when installing the services or softwares, is going to install in our hard disk here. Without hard disk, can you run the machines? Not run the machines. We cannot run the laptops. We cannot run the servers. We cannot machine very quick, right? And second thing is what primary storage also is very important here because any instruction when starting the or not here because in BIOS in ROM it's called BIOS. We are in BIOS. We are deciding first boot device, first boot CD or hard disk or USB network adapter. We are selecting that one. At this important because whenever I'm giving any instructions by using keyboard mouse, going to store, then data will to the processor. Processor will do the process, then it will give back to the RAM. RAM this one. Okay. In this one, the processor, right? So if anyone is asking without processor, can you run? No. Processor, we cannot run the machines, right? So what is actual processor? The experts are saying processor is a word here of the computer, and I see that started the first computer is designed in 1937, and that computer is designed by the help of vacuum tube. Right? But now, change we have small chip process, and is a very small chip is there, and in the process. So the processor is the brain of the computer, and the processor is designed by the help of semiconductor devices. Small parts are there by the help of the processor is designed here. And here, processor, we can do multitasking. We can do at a time of application. Our desktop can be open or not. But tasking only single tasking is there. Multitasking here. The second thing is very important here. What your processor central process here, right? Is taking the information from the input, is doing the process using AI there, right? And is that is giving the back to the we are getting the output. The next is very important is what the processor is performing arithmetical functions. Means what? If I'm giving 10 into 10, right? If I'm writing something, I'm writing my mail, right? And so what is spelling, right? It will underline. It will say that this correction is a correct there. Alphabet, we can make the correction. That is what arithmetical and logical. But too important is administrator. Whenever we are starting new the hardware, same time you can see if you purchase the machine home purpose, what we are doing, we are going to the market. We are saying, sir, I want processor in the AMD processor, right? And we are what next one is speed. We are speed. But as an administrator, I have to check too many things when you're purchasing processors, right? What we have to check the specific and the space. There are a number of specific. We have to check the speed came in the market. Processor came in the market. That is calculation is hertz. Then after that, megahertz. hertz, right? When the first processor is came in the market, like right, P1 system, that is. But when the P1, P2 system is came, Pentium 2, that's what here makes 700 megahertz processor we have, right? Megahertz processor, 900 megahertz. But when the P3, P4 system is came in the market, from there, speed is calculating by the help of, right? So compared to the hertz, megahertz is, compared to the megahertz, gigahertz is here, okay? Next is what width we have to check. Width is very important here, right? Without width checking, you cannot install application operating system. So what is width? Width means the process technology. In the actual call x86 processor, call x64, x 32-bit processor, and x6 call 64-bit processor. Actually, what is bit? Bit means 0 or 1. You can say combination. So if I'm saying 32-bit, that is called x86. So it will take 32-bit input. It will give 32-bit. If I'm saying my processor, it will 4-bit input. It will give the 64-bit output to you. According to the manufacturer who is designing application, right? Who is designing the applications? We have x64. So the application software operating system developer are designing application 32-bit and right? Processor x86 is supporting. We can install software and application 32-bit operating system. 64-bit can install the 64-bit softwares I can install, right? So it means when you purchase a processor, you have to check 32-bit is the latest one in the market. 2012 operating system, right? Initially is designed on 64-bit. Nowadays, MS Office also 2006, 2013 MS Office. These applications are designed only on 64-bit. My processor is 32-bit. All Windows system. No, in the processor is not supported, right? My processor bit can install Windows 10 operating. You can install this one, right? Processors. One is 32-bit, 64-bit processor. Hybrid processor are both features. 32-bit and is X 64 means at 32-bit applications I can run the 64-bit application. Processor, what type of bit? 32-bit or 64 or both are supported, right? We have to check. Now next what we have to check. FSB, that is called bus, right? And earlier this front side bird speed is calculating in hertz, but calculating we have 8 megahertz. What is FSB bus? Now try what is bus is asking interview to you, sir. What is bus? If anyone is saying sir, bus, sir, what you have to say technical word. Bus. You can say bus means what here? You can say, right? Bus is called, right? This tracks, you can see motherboard. If you have a motherboard, if you see the motherboard, if you turn the backside, sir, we have hard disk option, right? We have hard disk option. We have things are available. This are connected to each other. Are connected to each using. If you see the gold color lines, and these lines are called tracks bus. By using this bus, all the part board are connected to each other. Not talking about here. No, we are not talking about all the bus FSB basic bus. So which tracks are processor? This track what here? Which processor? This is called by using keyboard, by using mouse. request will go, so we'll do, then we can access FSB track. So which tracks are connected from RAM to processor RAM? That is called FSB. Now we have to check speed of FSB here. Minute here, I have written something wrong here. We have 333 megahertz. We have okay. So we have so we have to check the cache memory. Cache memory is calculated in kilobytes or megabytes here. Okay. Now how to calculate this speed here? You can see this is my CPU, and we have the CPU is divided in three parts. One is ALU, one is CU, and one is a memory. And we are the input. We are giving the input. The first request will go to memory. Actually, the memory will forward the request to my CU, and the CU will forward the request to ALU. Then it will do the process. Will give back to CU, then memory, and memory to our output. For example, I'm giving 1 GB data. I'm giving here 1 GB data to my processor to the process, right? But the processor will take 1 GB data, but it will not do the process of 1 GB there, right? So it will take 1 GB data. It will make this data in pieces, and these pieces are called chunks, and the chunk size is called cache memory, and the cache memory is a maybe 4 MB, 8 MB, or 12 MB. If my cache memory is 12 MB here, right? So it will do the process of 12 MB, right? And it will make the pieces and make the process, and it will give back to the memory, and then we'll get the output. So your processor is taking the 1 GB data, but at a time is not doing the process of 1 GB. It will make the pieces this data, and that is called chunks. And the chunk size is called what here? Cache memory. And the size is what? 4 MB, 8 MB, or 12 MB there. And the next is very important. What we have to check here. Clear? To check here in a right when you're purchasing the processor, it's virtualization feature. It's called what here? Virtualization. Want to become system administrator in every machine, we have to check we have this feature or not. Here, virtualization. So virtualization. Going in depth, but we have a session for on the day discuss, right? Virtualization. One is asking we have to give. So you can see here, example, I have one computer. Now tell me to run this PC, right? To run this computer, right? How many of them we can system by using this system, can we run this PC or not here? Yes, we. But can in C drive 1, D drive 1, F drive 1 can install multiple operating system. But at a time, can you run? But virtualization, one hardware machine. So what we can install virtualization application, and by using this virtualization inside the machine, we can create one more machine. This is called guest. Technically, it's called virtual machine. I'm creating one virtual machine to run this. Right? We require what here? Operating. Now, like this, one more virtual machine, and we can install operating system. I'm not going in depth how to configure. We have a session on the dev. What is this? This is a virtualization. If your processor is supporting, then we can install virtualization. Virtual processor is 64-bit, but it's not supporting to virtualization. We cannot go for this machines here, right? Purchasing the processor, whether you or not. The next very our processor. The feature is called what here? Earlier, the processor on single processor, single chip, right? If I'm saying my processor is 1.4 gigahertz, so total speed of my processor here 1.4 gigahertz here. But now core technology. In technology, we have number of processors. If I'm saying core, how many? Two. One processor, two processors here, right? If I'm saying I have four processor, one processor, how many processors we have? 4 core. So like this, we have 8 core, we have 4, we have 12 core, we have 14, we have 6, 18 core, and we have our core. Our machines, our laptop will support up to 4 core or 8, right? Not more than that. The server 12 core also, 14 core also, 16, 20 core. Here, when the core performance machine will increase. One. If of course there, right? So when you're purchasing the servers from H, Microsoft is asking processor hertz or 3 gigahertz, you require of 3, right? At the same time, to last year, how many cores you require? 8 core or 10? Any doubt, sir? Earlier, we have only single core processor, so we cannot asking, right? To add one more processor on my motherboard, we have a processor socket. One more processor core feature. Purchasing 1.4 processor and 2 core. So it means my processor speed is 1.4. Right? That is called what here? Core technology. So please copy fast. I'm saying if your process, I will show you feature virtualization. You can go for network. You can solve. Please copy fast this one. If you site. So core technology for your PC, his laptop, Mac. Earbuds are supporting 10 core. Certification feature is different. System. For operating system, we require processor, 8-bit or 64-bit. But if you want to go for, then we require technology in your processor. I will show you how to check whether my processor without virtualization technology operating system 2012. Two different machines in single machine run operating system. Two operating system you want to run. So we need virtualization technology. But core is important when you are tasking, because you are saying at a time you're running multiple machines with require core. Otherwise, slow. Is done, everyone? Okay. The next is very. So how to know all this data? You can right click on your PC, on your desktop, the icon is there, go to the properties, and you can see it. There are two companies. One is Intel and one is a AMD. Two companies are making two processor, and if you go to the client processor, are making i3, i5, right? When you work for server, we have to one is giving this technology name is what here? Xeon. That is called what here? Optron. So whenever you go, it will ask this question: sir, on server processor, two processor, we have to check what here? Processor means of this type. First one. Sir, you have good knowledge. Sir, what is server AMD Optron? In that is 1.4, 2 gig, 2 core, 8 core, 10 core, no problem there. No, no. What's happening? Every this is what here. Administrator after course is completed, we can say we are. So after joining to session as a system admin, what is your what you? If anyone is asking, sir, after joining to my admin, what's your job? What is your work? What You're going to take care of the system and servers, users, user accounts, user data. You're going to manage some administrator. You're going to the entire network. It's what here? Entire network. Anyone is asking this question? Work. What is a network? Inter two devices. Okay. So example, we have said what is example in my organization. I have a small network is there. We have machines. So assume it you are the of this and you have nearly 4 machines. Now, but right now you can see this machine each other machines are work here. This machine is all these machines. As the administrator, will use all these machines or my will use this our staff not here, right? So example, printer is connected to this machine, and assume it I'm an employee of your to me so to sit on this machine. So example, my name is Ahmed. I'm sitting on this computer, and the Sam is sitting on this, and one more user John is sitting. Now now as Ahmed, I'm sitting on my job as a user after logging to this machine application by first I will generate the data for my organization or not here. So I'm generating the data for my organization, right? It's available in this computer. Okay. I want to take the print of this data. I want to take the print of this data. Now, if I want to take the print of data, now printer is not in first of all here, right? Printer is system 1 here. Now I'm requesting to administrator or my administrator, sir, please, I'm sitting on this machine, right? I'm a user the prints. So please printer. So tell to the user, sir, you cannot take the print because this machine is not in the your data and drive. Go to the system 1, printer is available there and take the so take system 1 to take the prints or not here. It's this service we are giving. But assume it after some time the Ahmed user is calling and it's prints of my but I don't want to move from one PC to other PC. And assume it you are there, you have to solve whenever the user requests, right? The job is what, right? So what is your answer? Ahmed is to take the prints. Printer on my the prints. Right now, you have same connect, but right now these machines are not connected. Next, physically all the machines are not. What you go to the is one printer for Ahmed, right? And attach the prints. Saying, sir, I generated some data set, so please allow to me to want to move from one piece. Sitting on my Sam, purchase one printer for John. How many printers? But what here? Second, devices. Printer is called device. Devices. Okay. Right now, this machine is not in to each other. So whenever the Ahmed is saying, destroyed the my computer, so I want to take the. So go to the system for the admin. Go to the Ahmed machine, printer, and drivers must to take the prints. You can, but after some time, take the print. Right? Please provide the printer on my machine. So go. Admin, plug the printer, install the driver of the SAM to take the prints here. Like this, the system 1 user is plug the printer, go to one machine, the printer, and allow one computer like this. So we are saving the money, we are devices, but first we are wasting the time. So what is your job? Going to office, plugging in the printer. That is, this is, so this is one back. If your machine is what sharing the file, sharing the video application. So it is working on this great. You want to share the data with John, Sam. By sitting on Sam and John machine data, because this machine is network. So you have to move the data to take the data in storage pen. We cannot share the files, we cannot share the documents, we cannot share the administration. Starting if this connected physically each other, right? If these machines are physically to each other, this machines are in, right? And we can share the, now we can do one thing. Please, online students, can you mute so you can listen clearly to me? After the session is complete, we will send the recording. Okay. We have on, go to the system one, and so not the machine, the Ahmed not here. Yes, we don't need to move from one PC other PC over. Now Ahmed is created. John want to access this network, and Sam also, by sitting on their computer, by work. What changes you are doing here? This will update to the Ahmed machine. Okay, network. So the experts are saying network is a devices. Machines are connected to each other. Now, what is networking? Communication between the internet device, right? So if the machine is on one machine, other machine data, so it means we have a communication in this machine. So this is here, right? So please write down this one, networking, because basic thing when you're completing MCSE course or Linux or CCA, to the interview compulsory it will ask this question: what is network? The networking here. Within the LAN, right? I will come to that one, right? Things are within the organization. The internet is not connecting from one branch to other branch or local network to, then we require internet. Please check now and your internet connectivity also. So we have network, and we now you can see here of machine, and this connected physically to each other. Connected physically to each other, and say these machines are in by using one network. Can we connect to other network also? Yes, we can connect to these two networks. Resource by access other, yes, network use whenever you go to or when you're designing, so the in our mind have this question, sir, how many of networks we have? So if so, what we have three types of networks. It's called local network. One is called MAN, that is metropolitan and network. We have three types. It's called LAN, metropolitan, and one MAN. Right. So I will start with that. So what is LAN? The establishing the network. If you're establishing in your home, LAN, right? This is my office, and all these 10 machines are connected to each other. So this here, net can access by sitting on system 10. Can access system 5 data? Yes, we can access. And we have to full connectivity is there, right? And I can log resources. Got here? The town have two lines connecting. There is, so you can see here, I have two branches. One is in Banjarpet, one is in Hyderabad. We have two. Now, basically, these two lines connected to, right? So these two lines are not connected here, right? Access LAN to data, LAN to user data. But one day my boss is coming, is saying, sir, city, we have two branches. Within the town, we have two branches. User to access. So now we require, but how to, we require internet line. We require here. So in every state, in every country, we have a local service. We have to tell the provider, sir, give the internet line. But our home, public, connecting Yahoo, Mac, Gmail, any network. Sir, having one more easy internet. What here? Lease. The help of these internet, other branch. For these, these two branches here, right? Banjar. Now the Banjar can access the secondary, but user can access connectivity full time and what is part. Area network. The experts are saying, sir, we have part-time connect is the best you can go. Why the experts are saying, sir, we have three types of network. All LAN, local area network, limited within the geographical location, time connect, and provide full-time and part-time connect WAN in the large geographical location, and we have full-time and right. So when you network, we have LAN nowadays. What here? Nowadays, internet is our two. You will get the good. So that's why in the real time we are working on WAN there. Okay. So please write down types of copy this slide. Not getting any point, right? If you want to connect from one LAN to please line, no problem. Please Or three types of network: man and tell me as we course we qualify system admin level 2 admin. So not only as a system admin going to manage LAN in the interview admin. Not tell me you're going to work on this LAN. Man is on applications. If you're connecting, you have to learn WAN. So network administrator connecting different lines, routers. So after completing this MCSE course, submitting the LAN. After completing your Cisco course, CCNA course, there are learning routing and switching. You what here? WAN. But you can see here, organization. I require LAN administrator and WAN administrator. So how many admins we require? LAN, but you go to the internet, companies are checking, sir, we require multi-talented administrator or multi-tasking administrator, right? So CCNA, right? Hardware networking. These courses are our here, right? In here, I'm suggesting you, right? If you have a good knowledge in Microsoft MCSE knowledge, if you have good, right? Because if you have any problem area, it will depend on others here. We can just know. Is asking sir. Okay, so if you have a good, but we are the manage what here? That is networking. What are the here? We have to check. Your things are we are doing the new, and for the new new what are the requirements we need here? Much our computer. What the word is? So pieces, right? Client computers, our for number of media, by the help of, right? We are connecting by the help of this here. So here what media, and here we have two types of media guided. The different